And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway for the running here under the lights. This is the Division 1 of the Truck Series, and this is race number 12. The urgency is reaching an all-time high as drivers are trying to make their last-minute moves to get into the chase for the Oreo Truck Series. This is the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200 version 1. We got 41 very talented drivers ready to take to this racetrack where there's a lot of grip, and you may see drivers step out of line when they normally wouldn't, because remember, points are on the line. We got two in-race reporters here in this event. The first one we're going to talk with comes in 25th in the standings. He's the driver of the number 6 truck, and that's Jack Richards. Jack, it's Seth Cole up in the NNSCRA Studios booth. Have you got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay, well, you're going to be starting off from position number 11. That's pretty close to the front. Was that the kind of a qualifying run you were looking at a track like Daytona?
Yes, I was, but sometimes qualifying doesn't matter. You can get caught up in the big wreck in the front, middle, or the back. It just matters where you are at the right time.
Well, right now, you're not mathematically out of competition of getting up into the top 10 in standings, but at this point of the season, is your mindset kind of headed towards getting wins so that way you can get into one of the wild card spots, or are you looking for consecutive finishes to catch up and get into the top 10?
Well, it's a bit of both. I'm looking for some wins, put me on the map. With solid finishes like the top 5, top 10 are good too, because they show that it could be consistent week in, week out.
Alright, well, good luck to you, Jack. Hope you get a good finish here today and hold her wide open.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, we're now going to talk to our second in-car reporter. He's going to be starting further back in the field. He's the driver of number 8 Oreo Chevrolet, and he is Trent Dunham. Trent, Seth Cole up in the NNSCRA Studios booth. Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you loud and clear.
Well, Trent, you're starting back in the 30th position. That's quite a ways back in this field. What's the mindset knowing that you're going to be starting with a lot of cars in front of you, a lot of cars behind you at the start of this race?
Well, I'm starting in the outside line, and with the track like Daytona, there's going to be lots of three-wide racing, and these trucks, they run like a little bit closer than the Cup cars. Unlike the Snickers Cup Series, these drivers race a lot tougher and harder. If he's starting in the back, I'm going to drop a little bit in the field. Hopefully, if it's a big one, I can duck and dodge it and work my way up to the front.
Well, you're pretty much seem to be in contention for getting into the chase in both the Mobile One Cup Series and the Snickers Cup Series, but this seems to be the one series that you're struggling with. You're mired down in 48th in the standings. At this point of the season, are you looking at wins to get the wild card spot to be able to get into the chase?
Well, like you said, I'm deep in the standings. I mean, I'm like 48 in the standings, so I'm probably going to make a championship contender. But if I could get a couple of wins before the chase on, it may be possible. And I'm going for it as Rookie of the Year, hopefully.
All right, well, good luck. Hope you're able to work your way through the traffic there and come away with a very decent finish here today.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so that's our two in-race reporters, Jack Richards and Trent Dunham. We'll be talking to them during the course of this race. On the pole for this race is going to be T.O. Bain. He comes in 4th in the standings, so a good qualifying run for him. Alongside of him, last week's winner, Sean Henley. So 41 trucks getting ready to roll off here. They've gotten the command to fire the engines, and while they complete their 2 pace laps, we will be showing you the starting lineup for this race. Several drivers in this division are running well in the standings. Adam Chambers comes in 3rd. T.O. Bain, our pole sitter, comes in 4th. Also Lisa Shears, Jacob Lawler, Timmy Pacioli, and Seth Cole. Let's show you the starting lineup. T.O. Bain is going to lead them down here to the green flag. He comes in fourth in the standings. Then he's alongside of Sean Henley, who could get one of the wild card spots by picking up his second Truck Series victory of the season. Then you had Devin Wilson, Xavier Livingston, then Jordan Hester and Jake Berg. And then, of course, we've got our two in-race reporters who are starting just about mid-pack. The green flag is out, 20 laps of racing. Let's see what's going to happen here. Down to turn 1 they go. We know there's a lot of grip at this track. We'll see if they start splitting 3 and 4 wide here down into turn 1. T.O. Bain going to use that inside momentum to get to the front. Sean Henley trying to move down there, but he cannot. He's now going to get shuffled 3 wide on the high side. Devin Wilson's going to go 3 wide there and take the second position. Devin Wilson now looking for the lead down the back straightaway. He's got the drafting help, and he is going to get there, but now he gets moved out of line. And into turn 3, it's going to be Jordan Hester taking the top spot. Who's going to lead coming down here to the stripe? It looks like it will be Jordan Hester over Wolfgang Mason. And one of our in-race reporters, Jack Richards, making a quick move up towards the front. He now is battling 3 wide there on the inside for the second position, but it's all going on behind the One Main Financial Chevrolet of Jordan Hester. Now Jack Richards, he moves into the second position with help from Ryan Acosta. James Quall's there as well. Oh, and there's a wreck in the back. Our pole sitter T.O. Bain is involved. The first caution comes out here on lap number 2. T.O. Bain, the pole sitter, we know got a piece of it. See who else may have been involved. It may have just been a single car incident involving T.O. Bain. Nope, Seth Cole was involved and Lisa Shears. Both of them come in the top 10 in the standings. Seth Cole comes in 10th. That's a critical spot. Trent Dunham looks like he got through it as he passes by the damaged race car of Seth Cole. I think Lisa Shears also got a piece of it, and she comes in 5th in the standings. Also possible damage to John Stewart. Sean Henley, last week's winner, he got a piece of it as well. And Ray Wilson, along with John Dillon and Jake Berg, they have damage. Also Adam Chambers, 3rd in the standings. A lot of our top contenders in the points involved in this. Jordan Hester, Natalie Scott has damage, along with Logan Ryan, Ziggy Bain, Dylan Poteet, and Bill Raymond. This was a much bigger wreck than we expected. And the leader under the caution is going to be, looks like Ryan Acosta. He'll lead over Matt Nathan, then Jennifer Miller, Randy Carpenter, and Jack Richards. We'll take a look at a replay, and then we'll get the thoughts of our in-race reporters on what just happened here early in the running of the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200. Well, here's what happened to put us under the caution for the first time tonight. Looks like they tried going 4 wide, and it actually looks like they gave each other enough room, but something apparently did not go right. And we'll see who made the initial contact here. It's very likely right there. Oh, yes, there it is. Jake Cole gets into Bill Raymond and turns him up the racetrack, and it's just on from there. Sean Henley, nowhere to go. Ziggy Bain, nowhere to go. Lisa Shears, Jake Berg, they just all start piling in. T.O. Bain, the pole sitter, he got a piece of the outside wall, but he got away fairly unscathed. Dylan Poteet runs into the back of Bill Raymond. Look at Trent Dunham maneuver his way through there. That was a great job getting through that wreck. He was talking about starting mid-pack, that it might not be such a good thing. There you see Adam Chambers involved. Ray Wilson, Logan Ryan, Natalie Scott, that all occurred there with drivers just trying to make their way through. Many of them didn't. But the 2 drivers, they're in-race reporters. We're going to get to talk to them as they still have very clean trucks getting ready for the restart. So we'll get ready to go back under the green flag with Ryan Acosta leading, Matt Nathan 2nd, Jennifer Miller 3rd, 4th is Randy Carpenter, and we're going to talk now with the guy who's running 5th. He ended up working his way up to the front pretty quickly, Jack Richards. Jack, Seth Cole in the SRA Studios booth, you got a copy? Well, we've already had our first caution of the day. You were not anywhere close to it, but you're running up in 5th place. Was this the game plan? Get up to the front early and stay inside the top 5?
Yes, it was. And seems like we got to get set up in our truck today, and hopefully it keeps it to front. That big wreck happened with the pole sitter, and like I said, tough break for him, but man, big wreck could get anyone.
All right, let's talk now with our other in-race reporter, Trent Dunham. He got through that wreck. He's back in 28th, but He has no damage to that truck. Trent, you made it through that wreck. Is that a sign of things to come? Do you think you'll be able to continue to do that and be up at the front pretty soon?
Well, so far so good. I still can't believe that I made it through that wreck unscathed. I mean, my usual luck at Daytona, I'm usually in the first big one.
Well, right now, you're back in the 28th position. That's 2 spots better than where you started. But right now, I think you got a few damaged trucks ahead of you. How are you going to get by them and not end up getting held up by them?
I just spoke to my crew chief over the radio. He said that the damage doesn't look like it'll affect my truck, so that's why I should stay down in the field. Hopefully, I can get up some more spots and hopefully get into the top 10 before it's all over.
Okay, so both our in-race reporters pretty confident right now knowing that the first wreck has occurred here at Daytona and neither of them were involved. As the green flag gets ready to come back out, we do have a few retirees from this race, including Brandon Bain, Dylan Poteet, Seth Cole, and Bill Raymond. Seth Cole, he comes in 10th in the standings. That's going to be a hard hit for him, no doubt about that, as Ryan Acosta is going to lead them down here to the green flag and out of turn 2. Battle for second, that's between Jennifer Miller and Matt Nathan. Randy Carpenter into the mix there, and then a battle side-by-side between James Qualls and Jack Richards. If they go into a long green flag run, it'll be very interesting to see if these drivers have to make green flag pit stops, and if we end up having another caution, we'll try and get a word with our in-race reporters on just exactly if they've talked with their crew chiefs about any strategy here that may have to play out. As we are getting close to halfway all of a sudden here, we're on lap 7 of 20, and now a battle for the lead between Randy Carpenter and James Qualls. Carpenter, by a splitter, led that lap. James Qualls now going to lead as here comes the Jordan Hester machine. He's been up front before today. Jake Cole there as well. Logan Wilson come up the inside line as well. Just a lot of drivers starting to emerge their way up here into the front of the field, and we were talking about Trent Dunham trying to make his way through those damaged race cars up ahead of him. Well, he has done so. Dunham is now at the tail end of this field, and he's starting to pick up some positions as Jordan Hester takes the top spot. Second place now Logan Wilson, and it looks like Jacob Cook moves into the third position there as they are single file between the top 4. Jordan Hester leads. Oh, I'm hearing some scraping back there, and the caution is out again. Oh, there's a wreck. Whoa. I see Devin Wilson involved. There's a lot of cars involved in that one. Devin Wilson. Oh, a car flipping. That's Logan Ryan. Barney Ward is flipping. There's Trent Dunham. I think he just spun out. I don't think really he got any damage. Wolfgang Mason, Lewis Gordon, Jennifer Miller, Lisa Shears, Christian Janes, T.O. Bain, Hiroshi Kato's involved, Randy Carpenter, Jacob Lawler. There's a long list of cars. Matt Nathan, also John Dillon, Ryan Acosta, who led us to the restart. Ryan Cooper is involved, along with Ray Wilson, Natalie Scott, Dougie Shears, and Jake Bergen. Also Sean Henley, his engine is blown. His day is done. And the leader at the stripe is going to be, I believe, Jacob Cook in the 03. Well, that was a big wreck, a really big wreck, and that took out a lot of contenders. I saw some people who were doing well in the standings involved in that, including T.O. Bain, Jacob Lawler, and Lisa Shears. Let's see what we're under the caution for the second time tonight. Well, here's what happened. Xavier Livingston, Devin Wilson, they get into each other coming off of turn 4. They make some contact with Dougie Shears, and they go down here onto the apron. Now, the big problem is they're going to come back up the racetrack here on the front straightaway, just about at the start-finish line, and they're already racing 3x3x3 there. There's no room to fit a 4th and 5th car there in that row. And right there, Dougie Shears and Devin Wilson come back up. They make contact with a lot of race cars, and a lot of them up into the fence. Randy Carpenter involved, Ryan Cooper. There you see Trent Dunham. He actually just sideswiped Devin Wilson and just spun out. I don't think that car really sustained much damage, but a lot of others did. As you see back there, Lewis Gordon get jacked up by Natalie Scott. Barney Ward gets nailed, and pretty soon you're going to see the 00 of Logan Ryan get nailed by I'm not sure who. But Logan Ryan's going to get hit pretty hard right about now. I think he hits Barney Ward, actually. Yep, right there. Oh, Barney Ward goes flipping and barrel rolling. Logan Ryan got nailed by somebody as well. Can't tell whose car that was back there. It may have been Sean Henley. But that's a lot of cars littered all over the front straightaway. Let's try and see if we can go back to green and maybe if we can go into green flag run. But right now they are racing very hard and we've had 2 big wrecks to start off this race. Alright, so we're ready to go back to green flag racing on lap 14 of 20. The leader is Jacob Cook over Timmy Pacioli, Jordan Hester, Jake Cole, and now Pichu London has moved into the top 5. Let's get a word with Trent Dunham. He is still on the racetrack and he's actually running in the 14th position. Try and find out what the damage is to that race car. We know he made some contact with Devin Wilson. Trent, have you got a copy?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, we're wondering what the significance is of the damage on the right side of your truck. We know that you had that contact with the 27. Is that going to in any way hinder the speed of that truck and hinder you coming up through the field?
I really, really hope it does. I mean, when I started by Devin Wilson in the 27 truck, I really thought that I probably had a tire going down, but Makuchi said apparently I didn't. I didn't have a flat, and then had to come down pit road. So maybe that's a sign. I've already packed the top 15, so the top 10 is next.
Okay, well, you just came down pit road and made a pit stop. Any word from your crew on the condition of the tires, especially on the right front?
Well, immediately I had to take 2 right side tires because the way I spun down the track, it was immediately I couldn't really keep those tires because my we way out the pace, and I probably lose more position. But right now, so far so good. I have 4 fresh tires, and I'm running in 14, so maybe it's a good sign that I might be a contender for the win. Who knows?
Okay, let's quickly get a word with Jack Richards. Jack, you got a copy? Well, you're running in the 12th position as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. I won't keep you long, but right now you've been in the top 15 most of the night. What do you think? Do you have what it takes to be able to win this race?
I sure do. Just the game plan is trying to find who's the closest to me, and we got to make our way to the front fast after winding down in the shoulders. So we got to get up there fast.
Okay, well, it looks like Jack Richards is finding a drafting partner right now in Logan Wilson to help get him up to the front, as meanwhile up at the front, they're battling for the lead. Timmy Pacioli to the inside of Jacob Cook. Now here comes Jordan Hester to the inside, as we have mere 7 laps remaining in this event. Drivers have to start making their moves now if they're going to get into position for the checkers. Jake Cole, who came off a horrible race at Lowe's last week, he's running very well now as he goes for the lead underneath of Jordan Hester. James Qualls all of a sudden up here in the mix in the 33 car, and also the 02 car of Jonathan Morris. A good run for the rookie, currently in the 5th position, as Jake Cole now will take the position from Jordan Hester with help from James Qualls. The inside line certainly seems to be the place to be if you're going to make a pass, and we have only 6 laps remaining. Right now, it seems like the top contenders at this moment are Jake Cole, James Qualls, Jonathan Morris, Jordan Hester, and Pichu London, but we have said often at restrictor plate tracks, the cars seem to come in waves, and we may have only just seen one of the waves. Oh, there they go! Oh, there was Jordan Hester, Jonathan Morris, and Jake Cole all involved in that. Oh, Devin Wilson is involved, Christian James is involved, Jennifer Miller is involved, Matt Nathan's involved. They're just all piling in there. Wolfgang Mason is involved as well. Oh my goodness, that's a big pile up there, and this race may end under caution. I don't know. Is the pace car going to come out? Yes, it is, but who's the leader? The leader is James Qualls. I don't know if we'll get to go back to green flag racing or not. This race may be over, as we have 5 laps remaining. I think we still will be able to go back to green flag racing, but another huge wreck, and that takes out a lot of drivers who were running inside the top 10. Jake Cole, Jonathan Morris, and Jordan Hester. Let's look back at a replay. Now, it looks like the start of this wreck occurred when Pichu London got into that left rear quarter panel of Jake Cole. He just turns him down the racetrack, and right there, those 3 drivers, Jonathan Morris, Jake Cole, and Pichu London, they were running in 2nd, 3rd, and 5th at the time. Jordan Hester gets a piece of it. Look at Trent Dunham. Boy, he has really worn out that apron. That's the 3rd time I've seen him go down to the apron in order to avoid getting involved in a wreck. Another great miss by the 8 car. Oh, there's Devin Wilson. He runs right into Jonathan Morris. Watch Christian James come into the picture. He rams into the 16. Matt Nathan gets into Jonathan Morris. Jennifer Miller and Wolfgang Mason, they get into Devin Wilson. And it just is a carnage. A lot of carnage right here on the front straightaway. And this was coming off of turn 4. And a lot of top contenders involved once again. And we have gotten the word we are going to get to go back to green flag racing. This race will end under the green flag, we hope. Well, the word is a one-lap shootout will decide this race. James Qualls is the leader. Second place is Cole Freilich now. Third is Jacob Cook. Fourth is Brian Young. And fifth is Pichu London. We got about 2 drivers there. Cole Freilich and Brian Young we haven't talked about all day. They're now in the top 5. Jack Richards, he's up to 6th. 7th is Evan Gattuso. 8th is Timmy Pacioli, 9th is Jordan Hester, and 10th is Logan Wilson. Trent Dunham is 11th, 12th is Ray Wilson, 13th is Jacob Lawler, 14th Xavier Livingston, 15th is John Stewart, and those are the cars remaining on the racetrack. Let's get a quick word with our 2 in-race reporters. We'll start first with the guy who's going to restart in 6th position, Jack Richards. Jack, you got a copy?
Yeah, yes I do.
Well, your number 6 truck going to restart in 6th. 1 lap. Is that enough time to move from 6th place to the lead and take the win?
I don't know. We're going to have to try as hard as we can to make a lot of crazy moves. But I think we will come out of here with a decent finish. Like I said, that'd be good enough for me.
Okay, let's talk now with Trent Dunham. Trent, you're currently running in the 11th position with the assurity that you are going to leave Daytona with no worse a finish than 15th. Does that help you to be able to make some risky moves here on this final lap?
You know what? I'm very, very lucky at the beginning of this. I think I'm freaking cursed because this is the 3rd time that Daytona tried to take me out, and I'm not going to try to do anything reckless. I'm just going to try to drive as smooth as I can and hopefully get a top 10 finish at this point.
Alright, so it sounds like both Jack Richards and Trent Dunham are planning on not exactly pushing the envelope. They're going to try and get the best finishes they can as the white flag and the green flag are displayed at the same time. James Qualls, Cole Freilich, Jacob Cook, then it's Brian Young, Pichu London, and Jack Richards, as here comes Cole Freilich to the inside. Freilich looking for his first win of the season. As a matter of fact, you got to look quite a ways back before you find a defending winner or a guy who's gone to victory lane already this season. You got to look back all the way to Timmy Pacioli back in 7th. As here we go, Cole Freilich is the leader. Here comes Brian Young to the inside. Jack Richards, he's got help from Evan Gattuso. He's going to go to the inside 3 wide. Jack Richards is looking for the lead down here through turn 3. They are 3 by 3 by 3, 2 rows back. It's Jack Richards with the inside advantage, though. He's got Evan Gattuso pushing him off turn 4 for the final time. Does Richards have what it takes? Timmy Pacioli has to give up 3rd to come down pit road, and Jack Richards, he's going to have Evan Gattuso here at the stripe, outside line, inside line. Who will prevail? It is Jack Richards, winning his first Truck Series victory this season. Jack Richards, by a mere half car length, is able to beat out Evan Gattuso, and from the 6th position, he finishes in the 1st position. What a great run for him. Evan Gattuso is going to take 2nd place. Let's quickly get a word with Jack Richards. Jack, you just won the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200. Tell us about that last lap.
I can't believe it. I don't know how I got up there, but I like to thank Evan Gattuso, my sponsors, whoever sponsors on the truck right now, and the sponsor of OKC. And man, I just can't believe I got my first truck race win here at Daytona.
Well, congratulations on your win. And Trent Dunham, he wanted to come away with a top 10. He got 10th place. Trent, how do you feel about your 10th place finish?
Oh man. At this late in the season, a top 10 feels like a win. But congratulations to my buddy Jack Richards. He really did deserve his win. He drove his ass off in that 6 truck, and I'm happy for him. Man, Oreo, they built this truck from the ground up, and I would just like to say thank you. My sponsorships with Sega, everyone contributed. It was a good night at Daytona.
Okay, so Jack Richards, one of our in-race reports, comes away with the win. Trent Dunham comes away with 10th. Guys, I'd like to thank you for being the in-race reporters for me here today. Okay, so this race may very well shake up the point standings. It'll be interesting to see what happens. If you're in this Division 1 race, be sure and check back at the end of Division 2 to see where you are in the standings. Jack Richards picks up his first win of the season in the Oreo Truck Series as he goes to victory lane here in the Mountain Dew Dark Berry 200. Hope you'll tune in for Division 2. You've been watching the NNSCRA Offline Racing. At its best, here comes the finishing order.